Hello everyone, welcome to our mat yoga class at the Prescott Library. We're going to center a little bit more with the thoracic part of our spine, which is going to cover a lot of our core. So hopefully you're ready. Just find a good cozy spot on the floor. Nice big breath in. Bring your shoulders back and down. And just gently start moving your spine. Maybe focusing in on what you're noticing for movement. See our spines moving. Notice the stretches. Bring your shoulders in. And add some gentle stretches. Nice big breath. And it's just gently dropping your low back in, relaxing your head down, and coming up, and dropping back in a little bit, opening up your back, dropping your head down. A nice big breath coming up, little side to side movement. And just gently bring your hands up in front and just coming a little bit further forward, stretching towards me one at a time. See if you can drop your shoulders down. Now we're keeping our tummy engaged, keeping our back open, just slowly opening up. You might notice some shoulders, and if you want to, you can grab your hand weights. Got to grab them close by, and just doing some gentle movements. We're using our core. A little bit of arm work. Making sure back's working, opening up, reaching and just resting your weights down. I'm pressing my elbows into, I would say, just below my knees. Nice long stretch. And coming up. And a gentle twist towards your right. And coming up. Over towards your left. And a nice big breath, reaching all the way up. And again, twisting. Stretching. See if you can stretch your head a little bit longer, reaching towards the ceiling. And coming up. And twist. A nice big breath. Reaching up and just stretching forward, opening up your low back, and grabbing your hand weights and coming up and bringing them down to your sides. Holding out, so I'm just holding, you can see my fingers out to the sides and reaching up. And do this where it's comfortable. If you notice that just coming small, gentle movements is enough for your rotator cuffs, do that. You can make them a little bit shorter and just dropping sideways. And bring your hands forward. And you gentle twist and back. So these small movements, even though, now remember, don't have to have weights if you don't want to. Soup cans are pretty good. We're just using some strength to work with our mid-back, which is that's the thoracic spine, and that affects a lot of our rib cage. And coming forward and resting down. Nice big breath, reaching over towards your right, and kind of press your rib cage up. And reaching over. And coming up. And reaching over. And switch sides. Big breath coming up and reaching forward and coming up. And once more, a little bit longer, pressing your rib cage up and over. Switch sides. And just gently dropping your hands down, a little bit of the back, just dropping your back in, relaxing your shoulders. And coming up, coming over onto your knees, and we'll do a little bit more back work. And so grabbing your hand weights, keep them light the first time. You certainly don't have to go overboard at all. So first what we'll do, you can have just one. We're just going to start on our hands and knees, making sure your tummy's engaged and doing a gentle side twist. So it's kind of like we're modifying thread the needle. And I'm keeping my arm a little bit rounded. You can go a little bit wider if you want to. And resting down, we'll switch sides, doing the same. So we're keeping it with good mobility, but we're just increasing some strength and flexibility in our mid-back. Making sure that you're keeping your tummy engaged as you come around. And just resting down, give yourself a little bit of a break. And you're getting some gentle twists in that mid-thoracic, and by using the weight just gives us a little resistance. So nice big breath in, and coming back. So increase a little bit this time. So bring your hand underneath and reaching up. So I'm going just a little bit more than a kind of a direct sideways pose. So these are some moves that we normally do, but we're adding a weight, and it gives us a little bit more muscle space to work with. Resting down. And if you're using your core, you can really feel some movement happening. reaching out, so you can still stay with just a small movement. You can increase, going all the way out. And just giving yourself a little bit of a break. You might have started to feel that in your shoulders, so give yourself a little bit of a shake them out a little bit. And nice big breath. And once more on each side. Well, not once, you know that, right? And if you need to kind of separate your knees a little bit so you feel like you have a little bit more space to work with, you can. And resting down. And twist. And resting down. Give yourself another little shake. Let your arms just relax out. Nice big breath in. Coming onto your hands and knees. And a nice cat stretch. And dropping down. And stretching your back up. Dropping down. Roll your toes underneath. And just press yourself back. Stretching out your Achilles, stretching out your feet. And pressing up. Up. You've got a balance. And a gentle twist towards your right. Keep your balance, might be tricky. And back. And twist. And resting down, pressing up, and dropping in. Remember, you don't have to balance or make any extra movements if you don't want to. Twisting towards your right if you got it. And back towards center. And twist. And pressing up. And dropping in once more. Nice big breath in and twist. And back towards center. Twist. And back towards center and pressing up. Bring your hands to your knees, just slowly rolling up. And coming towards, just kind of finding a spot on your mat, nice big breath in. And taking a twist towards your right, again working with this mid-thoracic. Trying to keep your hips straight so it's not a twist this way. See what kind of a twist you can do gently, opening up your upper body, a little bit of a soft knee. And back towards center, and twist. twist. And I kind of noticed that I want to twist a little bit deeper, but it's certainly not really what we're looking for. Just definitely doing a twist towards your rib cage. And back towards center. This time, adding a bit of a balance in here. And you know, you can always grab your chair. Resting down, switch sides. And resting down, switch sides. Coming back and twist. Whoop. I was thinking of something else on that one, wasn't I? Nice big breath, reaching up. And just gently dropping your hands down, widening your feet. Nice long breath. We'll do a little bit of a upper body stretch. And try to keep your knees a little bit soft. So if you can see, my goal is more mid-back stretch. And if you want to grab your hand weights, come do that, I'll show you. Grabbing your hand weights, so you're just doing a little bit more stretching. So you could visualize that you're boxing. Or you can keep your arms real long. Give yourself a little bit of shoulder strength. And just slowly relaxing down. Coming back to a little side-to-side twist. We're just giving ourselves a few more open spaces to work with. Making sure that our bodies have kind of an overall connection. And then reach. So we're making sure our back's nice and warm. And if you're noticing by engaging your tummy, do you notice that your tummy is working? And relax. We'll do a few different moves also on this one. Definitely not a traditional, my traditional yoga. But dropping into a chair pose and holding your weights. So we're actually working our upper back. Keeping your back strong. Tummy really engaged on this one, that make sure we don't have any back troubles later. And I notice if I'm not engaging my tummy, I feel a lot of pressure, I would say just by my hips, because we're really not using the muscles the way they need to be. And by using our back and our arms like this, when we do our plank poses, we have a little bit more power. So just resting down, a little bit of a cat stretch, cat and cow. Kind of play it out, whatever feels comfortable for you. When you're ready, making sure your tummy is engaged and coming up, doing the same thing. Now this is one of those moves that if it's not comfortable standing, you don't have to, but this is also getting our legs active. Slowly coming up this time. Nice big breath dropping in. We do a little bit of an active chair pose. up. So adding the weights just gives us a little bit more muscle again. And by doing active chair, engaging your tummy, a lot of glute and leg work. And holding in, coming back. So it's almost like we're doing some, I was trying to think of some lat work. And our lats are some really strong muscles in our back. Latissimus dorsi. So it gives Superman that big V back. Helping open up this, engaging your tummy, keeping your tummy strong. And coming back up. And out. And up. So we're just doing these a few times. And up. A few more. And coming up. So your glute should feel pretty warm on this one. Going down to our knees. Just taking a nice big breath in. And gently stretching over towards our right. And reaching over. And stretch. And stretch. Coming down onto your back. And just gently drop in. Little side to side rock on the hips. You can drop your hands out to the sides, letting your knees gently drop open. And switching sides. So doing some small, gentle stretches. And rotate. And switch again over towards your right. Just slowly coming up. Just kind of rolling your hips just a little bit. Feet to the edge of the mat, letting your knees drop in. And a nice stretch up. Stretching your hands above your head. We do a lot of stretching and twisting with our back. So by doing a nice long stretch, we open our back up. And switch your hands. So if you had one hand on top, because your hands are kind of clasped together like mine, just switch sides. So hold on to your right hand, doing a gentle pull, like you're pulling your right hand over your head. Opening up your side. You might feel that into the shoulder, maybe a little bit into the armpit area. And switch sides. just gently dropping your hands down. Nice big breath. Bring your knees to your chest. And roll your legs. Slowly, one at a time, drop your knees. Holding onto your mat. Just doing some gentle leg lifts. Just gentle moves. And if it's too much, remember, don't go too far. Make those modifications. Honor your body today. Honor your body every day. And you should feel those probably in that lower part of your tummy. And one more on each side. We'll take this a step further. Bring your knees up. And doing the same idea, but just more of a gentle push away. So I'm actually working with my mat. I'm kind of feeling like I'm stretching a little bit. Do a few more. And holding your knees in. Roll them around, switch sides. And reaching up overhead. And bring your knees up, feet up. Bring your hands up. And just some gentle tapping. So this works our tummy. We're also doing a lot of back work, even though it doesn't seem to be as intense maybe. These all help modify a lot of our standing poses. Also gives us more strength to do a few other balances on our feet. And you know, you don't have to move too far with your legs. And just relax down. Nice big breath. Letting your knees drop open, bottoms of your feet together. Just letting your body relax in. Thank your body for all the work it's done today. And just gently roll to one side. Just gently coming up. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste.